your horror movie podcast.
Welcome back, Hack Stab Slash. It's your boy Hacky, and joined with me today is this fellow right here.
Just Justin. What is up, everyone?
Just Justin. I got a question for you. What is 2 plus 2?
4?
No, it's Apple. We're doing Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers because that made sense.
That's makes as much sense as this plot we're about to talk about.
All right. So, Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, the most confusing installment of the franchise, in my personal opinion. Justin, have you ever seen this movie? And what are your thoughts about this rewatch if you have seen it?
So I have seen this back in the day I watched it when I was actually watching them in order when I first fell in love with the franchise. And my first thoughts way back then, I was like, oh wow, that's different. I didn't completely hate it. I kind of had like a soft spot for it for a while. I did kind of like it for a while, even though it felt very different. But I also want to talk right now real fast. I For years and years I've heard about the producer's cut. The producer's cut. Everyone always said you got to watch the producer's cut. It makes it so much better. It makes it way more sense. I watched it for the first time. It's been on my list to watch forever. I watched it by accident. I did not realize I was watching it because I started remembering scenes wrong, and I'm like, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. So Sean watched the original one. I watched the famous producer's cut. And there is a big difference. And now that I've seen them both, I am very glad I watched it, even though it was by accident. But Sean, what are your thoughts? You're the one who picked this, right?
My thoughts, dude. I have a very soft spot, just like Child's Play. I have a very soft spot for just about anything to do with Michael Myers. I mean, you saw how giggity I got when the mention of the word Haddonfield was in body bags. You know what I mean?
That's perfect.
It's those two characters have like a strangle on my just heart for anything to do with anything horror related. When I was a kid,
I got you.
And I was just getting into Michael Myers. I think I've told you this story before. This was the movie that my mom let me rent from Blockbuster. I put it on downstairs, broad daylight, sunny out, birds chirping, the whole 9 yards. In the basement was like our little like gaming setup, couch, TV, all that stuff. Big boob tube, DVD, VCR combo, so I can age myself right there. Put it on, Justin. It took me 3 days to get past the bus station scene because no one in my house would watch this movie with me.
Yeah.
And I could not make it past the bus station scene
to
save my life. I honest to God, I'm pretty sure we returned this movie without me having watched the rest of it.
Without even watching it.
It was so horrifying and just so impactfully driven with the lights and the sounds and the camera and the oh my. It blew my mind. And I think that's why this movie especially has such a place in my heart. So if you're ready, I'd love to dive right into this.
Yeah, let's talk about this weird intro and this weird beginning and what the hell's happening.
The weird intro. Come on, man. This is a whole cult of Thorn intro, and it's by far the worst part of this whole fucking franchise.
Ugh.
How did Jamie get pregnant?
Ugh.
Is it Michael's? Is it not Michael's? Is it artificial? Did they actually, or is someone like a lamb to slaughter? Like, or is this them just trying to continue the blood? Like, there is so much confusion right off the rip. That makes no sense. I need some more context for the love of God. Don't let my mind wander because it's going to go into all the bad places. And I'm thoroughly disturbed right now. And we have 3 seconds into this film.
Same.
And then regardless of what my mind's thinking right now, how did this random nurse get put on the spike kill? Like, what was that even doing there? Who puts that in the middle of the hallway? Like, there was nothing else in that hallway, just one giant random spike. Like, are the Cenobites going to come out of the wall? What's going on?
Yeah, and I don't even understand. Like, the nurse was all set okay with all this happening, but then she changes her mind and wants to be nice and save. Like, I'm so confused what's happening. There's a lot going on.
She could have left with Jamie. Instead, dude, they've got like a good 5-minute head start on Michael. She runs her to the door and is like, "Just go, leave me behind." What? Why?
Yeah, right there. This is odd.
And then the dude that gets his truck jacked. Like, are you kidding me? You just spent 14 minutes approaching this truck screaming, "What? Huh? What?" Like, all this is just such a horrible start, but I love it so much.
It is a very crazy start, and
I'm having so much fun right now.
I'm just trying to think. I'm not sure what to talk yet because I'm not sure if what happens in your part of the movie happens in mine right away. Does yours
Right,
cut?
right, yeah, right now, after she steals this truck and he's driving away, we get the Paul Rudd like narration scene where
Okay.
he basically gives you this whole synopsis and he says a line delivery that only Dr. Loomis could say. And it's evil isn't dead. It just rests a while. And then this leads right into the bus station scene.
All right, which is crazy too, because in the beginning of the producer's cut, we get a monologue, but it's all Dr. Loomis and it's said by him. So I knew there was different. And then the bus station scene is different too. How about you talk about the bus station scene? I'll jump in a minute.
All
I
right,
want you to
so our bus
continue
station
talking from.
scene, I see Jamie. She shows up. She's running from Michael. She gets in there. She can't find any help. She is just fumbling, fumbling, and stumbling all over this place. She ends up grabbing a phone and calling a radio station, and she is begging, begging for anyone out there to help. No one's believing her. They call her like Little Miss Tuffet or something, or whatever nursery rhyme. I can't remember, but
Yep.
she's begging for it, and then there's a lot of jumping back and forth because this jumps back and we see Danny seeing the bad man in his bedroom, and we also see the cult of thorn. He drew it in crayon on one of his pictures. There's a
Yep.
lot to unpack right now, and I think this is one of the glaring misfires in the movie, is where it's just shoving everything down your throat at 1,000 miles an hour. And I think if maybe this happens in the producer's cut, but I think if this whole opening set of scenes just started slower and gave us more time to digest everything before it punches us in the face with the fastball, people might appreciate this a little more.
Yeah, and so in the producer's cut, they explain way more of it's it makes no sense. Do they take away some of the gory kills in the producer's cut that and but they also explain more of the cult stuff, but it also almost it makes me more confused and then I'm like, why did you take out some of the kills? Because I don't know, like has anything bad happened to Jamie yet in yours?
Like right now, right where I just stopped, the very next set of scenes after all this shit is just stuffed down your throat. We see Jamie running away again, and we see this whole cat and mouse thing where they're driving alongside each other. It leads up to Jamie's eventual death, which I think is creepy as fuck because we get a rainstorm, we get a power outage, the lightning work, the use of the shadows, the high speed chase between two people who have never had their license or learner's permit ever, to the Halloween theme song, and they crash into, of course, a pumpkin patch. And
Yep.
eventually, like Michael squares up with Jamie and he pushes her onto like some kind of like oscillating, like maybe like farm equipment. And she tells him like you can't have the baby, and he just shoves her one hard time and then turns this thing on and fucking leaves. And
Dude,
Justin, just real quick, this kill, the way the like I said, the lighting is used, the music,
yeah.
the how like brutal it is, what you see, the little interactions, and it might be my nostalgia talking, but I was like, this death ranking is easily a top 10 of the franchise for me. But Bob will always be number one.
It is. And it this one just kills me. It's so disrespectful. Like I can't believe she dies so much. Like I was
Why did we
like,
kill her
God, you
so
just
fast?
wasted it so fast. But the thing is, in my movie, I even wrote Jamie gets killed, but she doesn't. The producer's cut, I'm gonna say it right now. Well, this is a little different here. So that doesn't happen. Like we see it goes back to the house and everything, and they crash, and we just basically see we see Jamie go to the hospital. So now Jamie is brought to the hospital in my movie, which is that's what's crazy. So at this point, I thought I was going crazy. I don't know I'm watching the producer's cut, right? So as I'm writing this up, I literally write Jamie dies crazy, and then I'm watching, and I'm like, did I? And a couple of
Is
minutes
this the
go by. I'm like, did
Mandela
I
effect?
step out of
Like,
the
what
room
the
and
hell is
grab?
going on?
Yeah, I was like, did I? I honestly thought, did I go like get a drink? Because I still had my notes that Jamie gets killed. Because I'm like, oh, she hides her baby, she gets killed. But then I'm like, wait, no, like I didn't see any of that. Like it shows her she's in the hospital now, and we still hear her on the radio and everything, and that's how they all hear her on the radio and everything, like and Tommy and everything, and Loomis. Well, actually, Tommy and Loomis, Loomis goes to the hospital. I don't know if this happens in yours. Loomis goes to the hospital now. Jamie's in the hospital, and he meets Tommy there, and that's how they meet each other. So it's kind of a
Oh,
little
see, this
different. Like I don't.
happens way later in my movie. Because in my movie, we get some great family bonding at the Strode house. And all I can say is this dad is a real piece of shit. We
Oh
see
yeah.
Danny's first reaction to like everything going on after the dad slaps the mom is he's got like a knife held at his gut.
Yep.
And like props to him for sticking up for his mom. But it's we see that it's clearly like lunchtime. So this is what, maybe 12 hours later,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
no one's noticed this trail of blood like leading up to the baby. And this is where um he he goes and he finds the baby and takes it to the hospital. Like it, dude,
Okay.
the editing right now is just an absolute mess between the two movies because Loomis is at the hospital. In mine, Loomis isn't even like in it yet. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
listening to
Yeah.
the radio and he hears this whole thing back and forth, and they're like, "Yeah, I heard the old quack's dead." He's like, "Not dead, just very much retired."
Very much retired, and then all of a sudden, like, whatchamacallit, Dr. Wynn like wants like Dr. Loomis to come back to the hospital. I mean,
Yeah,
come back and work for them. I'm like, and I wrote the same thing. Like, the dude's like 100. Like, why are you
yeah. Come out of
wanting
retirement. I know you've had a rough life, but I want you to come take over for me so I can retire.
crazy, crazy, absolutely crazy?
Dude, everything is just everywhere, and there is so much bouncing back and forth between characters and cuts. So I don't know about you, but if you're okay with it, I'd like to start jumping into the kills
Yeah, let's talk about the first. Let's talk about Deborah.
because
What
Deborah
happens
is
to
all right.
Deborah first?
Deborah is
She's
my
in.
first kill. Dr.
Yeah.
Loomis actually reaches out to her and gives her the fucking skinny on everything that's going on and whose house it really is. And she finally calls and she's going at it with her husband. And she's like, you knew the
Dude,
whole time.
John
Like
Strode, man.
you moved us into this house because your brother couldn't sell it. Like we need to leave and we need to leave now. And I've got the only real person in this entire family who probably didn't deserve it is this mom. And
I wrote
she
that
just
same.
straight up gets toyed with Michael. I mean, I guess this man is a real freak in the sheets, Justin.
This
Get
kill
it?
was pretty. I
Because
do
he
get
gives
it.
it to her, he gives her a blow and she's all tangled up in the sheets.
It was a
Sorry.
crazy scene. Just the
It
blood shooting. The aesthetics of
sounded
this
funnier in
kill.
my head.
Yeah, that it was.
That,
That
that
sounded
was
like me
bad.
talking.
That was a huge miss.
That was a real bad miss. But hey, you get props. But the kill itself is, like I said, the axe slice, the blood, him standing over with the sheet shaking is crazy. And then just to talk real fast on my movie, this is the time now where we see Dr. Wynn takes out a gun, a silencer, and shoots Jamie. Like that's how
Yeah,
Jamie
this
gets
never
killed in my
happened in
damn
my movie.
movie.
Never.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I was like, what is even happening? But sorry, no, we can keep going real
I'd
fast. So
fucking shit my pants, dude, if this was in the producer's cut, and then you just see Dr. Loomis in the background go, "Holy shit, it's
yeah.
Jason Bourne."
Right? Oh my God. Yeah, that happened in the next scene. But
Dr. Wynn's
I
just like,
guess
"I've got a particular set of skills." It just puts a bullet in
oh my God.
there. What the fuck is going
Yeah,
on?
so, amazing. But should we jump right now to like the fall festival and everything?
Yeah, because I think this is where our movies start interacting. Because I was like, we hit the fall festival, we meet this jockey, we meet like all these
Yup.
different things. And while this fall festival is going on, we also see the mom of the year who's finally getting back to her house. Maybe finds her mom, maybe she doesn't. Michael likes to clean up and hide his kills. So we do see this mom is like moderately okay right now with this strange dude being
Mm-hmm.
in her child's bedroom with a random baby in his arms, and then decides like, okay, let's go hang out with Ant-Man in the house next door before we get like
Yeah,
a
man.
quick exposition dump about fucking Thorn. And I'm just like, this part of the movie right here is where I'm starting to get lost because there is a lot to unpack. It is coming at you very fast. It feels like it is very well explained, but it feels like if I were to tell you like a math equation, like when I started this and I was like 2 + 2 = apples,
Yeah.
and I didn't tell you how I got there, but it's supposed to make sense.
Dude, same. And in my movie, I'll just talk real fast about that too. I know this podcast, the talking's a little different, but they basically explain the whole entire druids, the demons, the runes, the thorn. They connect it all, and they basically literally say, at least in mine, if Michael kills the last person of the bloodline, he succeeds. And it's like a curse passed on to someone else. And baby Stephen is the final sacrifice. So they basically even say, like, Stephen is the
That's the thing,
final
dude. I don't even have
sacrifice.
a name for the baby in this one.
No, so they're basically like, yeah, baby, because I think he names him Steven or something. I forget Paul.
A
Paul,
horrible
yeah,
name.
Paul.
What are you
So
gonna
they
name him?
name him.
Steven.
Yeah, so baby Steven is a final sacrifice. And as like I said, as all that's happening, you got like you said, the festival's happening. You got Michael on the prowl. He's heading back to the old Myers house. So let's go.
He is at the old Myers house. And you know what happens at this old Myers house?
What happens?
The only person who actually deserves to get it with the swiftness. This douchebag dad. Hey, honey, I like treat you like garbage, and I like stayed out all night getting hammer fisted with the boys, and like, why isn't my dinner hot and like ready when I walked in the door? No,
Yep.
cool. I guess I'll zap it. Oh wait, no, the power's out, so I can't put it in the microwave. I guess I'll be a real man and I'll mock the boogeyman on my way into the basement. No way a mass serial killer is down there practicing electroshock therapy. Am I right, Justin? No way. This is all Bologna. Welcome to
I
the
hate this guy
Strode
so much.
Show. I call it the Strode Show because it's kind of like a strobe show, but instead of making lights flicker by using a switch, we use a piece of shit husband instead. And I guess this man's death truly matches his explosive temper because his head explodes.
Which is absolutely ridiculous because I was so excited to watch this kill again. But guess what doesn't happen in my movie? He gets electrocuted in my movie and he dies, but I wrote, doesn't his head blow up? His head blows up in your movie, right?
Oh, his head blows up like a Gallagher watermelon. His head looks like Chucky hitting that fan.
Why in the
Dude,
yeah,
I don't know.
his head doesn't blow up. I mean, my movie definitely has a better ending than yours. We'll talk about, but that failed. Like, don't like give me the head explosion.
You know who else I can't stand in this movie
Who?
after this head explosion? This fucking douchebag radio
The
personality.
radio
Barry.
DJ? Dude,
I'm so
terrible.
glad he's only in this movie for like 5 minutes, flaunting his box of briefs. And I'm so glad
Yup.
that he gets a quick and meaningless death. But I have one question.
Same. What's your question?
Was Michael camped out in this fucking van? Is this
Right?
someone in the cult of Thorn wearing the mask pretending to be Michael? Did this
Yeah, like,
man
what just
really hear
happened?
it on the radio and run half a mile down the street? I
No,
mean,
I was
do
wondering-
appreciate this death for the simple fact that we get the "It's Raining Red" scene. And he's
Exactly.
like entangled in the tree, but
And he's
this death
tangled up.
made
It
zero
looks-
sense.
No, that's funny that you said that too. I wrote, okay, all of a sudden now he's like transformed over here and kills him real fast. But like I do love that Tommy finds him completely strung up in the tree after, and he like falls down. He's all wrapped in that. I do love that so much, and I do love that now you're back at the house. You see, like I believe is his name Tim and his girlfriend
His
go
name is
back there.
Tim. If you don't mind, can I
Tim.
take this?
You go for it.
All right. So now that we're
So
back at the
excited.
Myers house, and the radio
Okay.
personality is dead, mom and dad are out of town. We see Tim and his woman about to make some sweet, sweet love. And Justin, I'm taking this one from you because I have
You seem very
the
excited.
absolute awe right now in the fact that Michael has a shred of human decency in him because he's like, here, bro, dry your balls off before I gut you like a pig. I don't need
Right?
that
That's
hog flapping around all willy-nilly and
Oh my
making
God.
murder gay and shit.
Oh my God.
And after I complete what might be the best kill shot, in my opinion, because of the flashes and him stabbing through the
Oh my
camera
God.
for the girlfriend and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
buddy, I promise you, I'll carry your dead Nicky butt back to
My-
bed, no homo, so you can cuddle with your girlfriend.
This is a lot to handle. I was wondering why you were so excited too.
I blew my mind that
The fact that he hands him
Michael
the
is the most ruthless serial killer in history in Haddonfield in this universe. And he has the common courtesy to be like, oh,
Dude.
motherfucker, you gonna die?
Yeah.
But please cover up your private parts. I do not
no.
want to see that.
Dude, this movie's so uneven. Yeah, like why are you putting this such a humor in Michael Myers out of nowhere? Which usually there's no comic relief in Michael, and all of a sudden you have him hand him a towel.
And it was so politely said, like that was a fresh,
It was.
clean, crisp white
It
towel.
was. It was
Clearly
so nice.
was not in the washing machine with the mom sheets.
Oh
like-
my God.
Freddie definitely would have left him ass naked.
Right.
Jason would have just hacked him up with the shower curtain and left him.
Same thing. I mean,
And Leatherface would have wore everything. He would have just cut him right down the middle and put him on like a leather jacket.
Art the Clown jumps right in there and
Yeah.
hacks him up
He
naked.
would have honked his
so,
honker.
like, exactly. But oh my God. And then like when Kara runs in and she sees all the dead bodies. She sees everything, but then she's goes over to Tommy's place now. Tommy brings her over there, and Loomis is there. I hope this is happening in your movie too, because
Nope.
out of nowhere, all of a sudden, the Man in Black is there, the Druids are there, friggin' Win. Like, this is not good at all. The creepy old woman is there,
Dude,
and
what the fuck?
like, what is it?
That blew my mind. Miss Blankenship has been like deaf, dumb, and blind, and you hear in the beginning of the movie
Uh,
the teenagers are like they call at her to say hi. She's like, you could drive a freight train through that front door, and she wouldn't even hear you. She's completely oblivious. She's
mhm.
raking leaves in circles. She's raking piles that like have already been raked. She's nuts. And there's one part in this movie where she's ecstatic to tell Kara and Tommy, or Danny, excuse me, that she was there the night that little Mikey Myers saw the man in the black hat. She was there the night that he killed his. She was babysitting him when this all happened.
Yep.
And now, when Kara's like ready, she battles Michael in the house. She gets Danny back over there. They're ready to like get the move on. And this dude in the black hat shows up. Miss Blankenship has got her at fucking knife point because she's behind everything with Dr. Wynn.
Yeah, that
What,
was a
what,
lot.
where did this come from?
That was a lot to have handle. And in my so now Kara, Danny, and baby Steven, they get captured and brought to Smith's Grove. Does that happen in yours too?
Yeah.
All right, so they're there. And guess who's going to the rescue? We got Tommy and Loomis. They head on to the rescue. And of course, what's happening? The ritual is about to happen. Tommy is all dressed in like the whole entire ritualistic gear and everything. He ends up freeing Kara and the baby, and they run. As all this happens, poor Loomis out. He already got knocked out by a cult dude. The cult dude punched him right in the face. I think that happened in yours too, maybe.
Nope.
And, oh, and then he
Oh
literally
yeah,
gets
yeah, yeah. He was
yeah,
in the office with Dr.
yeah, in the
Wynn when he got
office, and he,
punched.
he gets knocked out. And then we see Loomis helps rescue the three of them. The three of them drive away, but Loomis stays. He's like, "No, go ahead, I'll stay." And then, should I just finish what happens in my movie at the ending?
No, because right now I have more before this,
Okay,
and then that is my end. So,
okay,
like
go
I
ahead.
said, like you said, they go back to Smith's Grove right now, and this is Michael's playing field. And if you
Mm-hmm.
ask me, dude, this place looks more like a recycling center than a fucking hospital.
Mm,
And I've got, just saying these cult followers are a bunch of fucking idiots. You're really gonna let Michael run around this place and leave everything wide open so he can just kill anything and everything running around?
for real.
This absolute massacre that he performs on these doctors in the operating room is very much deserved. I mean, did they really think they could control Michael? Are they fucking stupid? I mean, talk about the gullibility factor being a 31 on a scale of 1 to 10. Then him using when he's chasing him through the hallways, does this happen in your movie? He
Dude,
uses one of the doctor's heads, smashes it against a gate, and then pushes the gate down with it. Did that happen in yours?
no,
Yeah,
he took all the
he
gore
is
out.
in full
Forgot
hunt
about,
mode right now.
forgot about that.
And during this hunt mode, we get this final showdown in this lab looking type space. I don't know how I really feel about this right now, Justin, because
Yeah.
this lab or operating room kind of looks like something out of Batman. You know, the Batman with Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like this is where Bane was born.
Yep, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah. And all this green stuff they inject Michael with. Is this the same ooze from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or
Let's
is this the
go.
pond water and the fish tanks behind him? Either way you spin it, I really did enjoy the scare like flashes and the green shit oozing out of Michael's face. Well, Ant-Man just beats the shit out of him with a pipe. And then,
The
like you
pipe,
said,
yep.
Loomis and the other three, they're all in a truck and they leave, and Loomis doesn't go with them. And I see that Loomis stays behind.
Okay.
Michael's mask is on the floor with a bunch of empty syringes, and you hear Loomis screaming his pain, and then I hit end credits.
All right. So, all right. Yeah, man. Damn, I forgot. Like, he doesn't go on that crazy rampage and kill all the people in this one. But we see Loomis stays and he goes back in. This is the part where I like better. I think this gives Loomis a better send off. Like Loomis, because I remember you just hear him scream in that movie, right?
Yeah, and that's
And
it.
yeah, so like Loomis goes back in, right? And he goes on the back in, and Michael is lying on the friggin' floor. And I'm like, holy shit, I don't remember this. This is insane. And he bends over to Michael. He pulls Michael Myers' mask off, but it's friggin' Win. And it's freaking Win right there. And he realizes like, holy crap, like Michael is gone. And he like killed Win and he put Win in the friggin' Michael Myers thing. And
He
then all of a sudden
H2O'd him.
Yes, and then the thorn symbol appears on Loomis. All of a sudden, Loomis looks down, and the thorn gets burnt into his friggin' arm. But then, and that's when he screams. You hear him scream. But then, even crazier, we look and we see a guy in all black, which is actually Michael Myers. Michael Myers friggin' took like Wynn's costume, like switched the shit, and he's walking away, and we see like his hand with the thorn on, and we realize it's Michael. So Michael walked away as the damn man in black, play some Johnny Cash, and then all of a sudden you see like a jack-o'-lantern just blow out, boom, the end. And I was like, holy shit, like you got like why did you take out in my cut? Why did you take out all the gore and stuff? Because that ending I thought was way crazier to see it that happen to Loomis and to see Michael Myers walk away as the man in black.
That's
That I
fucking
thought,
insane.
and the fact that he walks in and sees Michael body, I was like, oh, like dude, the ending, like they nail it in this. But I'm just like, why did you take away? Like, how come I didn't get the head explosion? And if you're gonna kill Jamie, I guess all right. Well, sorry, we'll calm down. We'll talk about this. But the end, yeah, my ending was
So
really
you
cool.
get Jamie killed in a hospital. I
With
get
the
Jamie
silence,
killed in a barn with someone who had the perfect burn intensity to have straight line thorn symbols on like a 30-foot fucking bale of hay, perfectly like burned
right?
into it.
And it's the thing is like I get Jamie Longer in my movie, which is a little more respectful, but then you just kill her with like a silencer on a gun in a hospital. So I'm just like yeah,
Yeah,
Jamie
no.
live like this like
Like at
after
least give
watching
me Michael going back to a hospital and giving her like a hot tub scene.
that's what like that's what oh god, this is a friggin' mess.
It is so frustrating.
I'm like pissed now that I watched both too because I saw there's like good and bad about both of them.
This is like one of those things where I've said this a bunch of times with Halloween movies where I need to find a program where I can download every piece of film history into it and create my like Shano cut. Because there's so
Right.
much shit that we could like cut from this movie and that movie and stitch it together. And I think we could make a better movie with what's already been filmed.
Dude, 100%. I'm just gonna say let me say my thoughts first. I wrote this plot is an absolute effing mess. Yikes! Now that I've seen the talked about for years producer's cut, I'm almost more angry because there was good and bad in both movies. But I'm like, even like you almost made it more damn complicated. Like, holy shit! Um, they nailed some of the fall aesthetics, like the whole like the beginning was really cool. This movie was had a very dark feel. I'll give them props on that. The fall festival was really cool. Head explosion kill was cool. It didn't happen in my movie, but that. But overall, damn man, the whole father thing and there's some gross stuff in here. I hate. I give it a 5.7. Absolute mess.
So you know how you said I'm gonna burn a fun fact. You know how you said they nailed the fall aesthetics?
Yeah,
This is the only film in the entire franchise to be shot in fall.
which is I wrote that down too,
That is
and
mind blowing that you have a film
that's
called fucking Halloween and
uh,
you're shooting it in July.
insane. Which is crazy because I mean, let's talk about the fun fact from Halloween 878. They had to
Palm
have
trees.
bags of leaves. Yeah, and like they had to rake up the leaves when they were done with them, put them in bags and save them, and then keep re-putting the leaves out places because it wasn't even fall. There was no leaves running
Fucking
going
wild,
around.
dude. I
Crazy.
know this movie is god awful, Justin, but
Mm.
have you ever just loved something just because of all the small things it does right? Well, this movie really doesn't do that either.
Sorry.
If I'm being 100% honest right
Oh my
now,
God, I'm dying,
the
dude.
mask isn't even that great. I mean, there is
Oh,
way too much definition in his face and ears. It's too
oh,
human like, and then
I'm
instead
dying.
of being shaped like, I understand it was supposed to be William Shatner spray painted white, but there is way too much human definition turned into this mask that separates it from the OG mask. Um, there is too much heavy guitar riffs throughout this movie.
Oh yeah.
The dialogue is not even the best. The acting is like a C plus, a B minus at best. Even the kills aren't the best in this entire Halloween catalog, and there's a lot to choose from.
Mm.
However, for some reason, I hold and will continue to hold this movie high up in my Halloween ranks. I'm giving this a tempered 7.1. This movie is one of those movies where it's god awful. It is bad. It is trash. Makes no sense. The editing is horrible. The film is horrible. The storyline is trash. but I just love it.
Oh,
You know what this is, Justin?
what?
This is my junk food.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, trust me. I
This
get
movie
like,
is my junk food.
because I mean, look, if I'm gonna be honest, like I probably still watch like even the
Let's be honest right
5.7. I
now,
feel
Justin.
generous.
This
Like,
movie is cookie dough,
dude, I
right?
still,
Cookie
yeah,
dough is delicious. You enjoy eating it. Is it good for you? Absolutely not.
no,
Every time you take a bite, just like every time you watch this movie, you risk getting salmonella, but
dude,
it's fine. You do
I
it
watched.
anyways.
If Halloween 5 was on tonight and I was just watching nothing, I'd still watch it. And Halloween 5's not great either, but like I
No.
love Halloween 4 so much,
Oh,
and I
Halloween 4 is a
still,
banger.
yeah. But all right, we got a tagline, great tagline. Six times the terror, six times the fear, six times the thrill. Let's go.
Absolutely, man. Unfortunately, I'm gonna make you wait a second because I forgot
Okay.
to write down the IMDb score.
Oh damn,
I have
gotcha. All
fun
right,
facts. I just forgot. All right.
all right.
That's Curse of Michael Myers. All right. So this movie is a 4.7 on IMDb. And Justin, I will give you one guess at what this rating is on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oof. 22%.
Why are you being so generous, bro? It's like an 8.
Is
It
it
is in
8%?
it is in the single digits, my man. Blows my mind. People hate this movie so much it hurts.
Well, honestly, before if you
I
asked me
mean, I
to
don't
rate this
blame them.
before, yeah, no, before this, I probably would have said it was in the sixes. I lowered mine like a lot. Also, another fun fact, there was so many reshoots. This script had 11 drafts. They redid the score. There was so much issues between the producer and the director. They had to have two different versions of this movie, hence the producer's cut. Like
It
absolute
hurts.
mess.
It hurts because, like, as we go through fun facts, you see how much the original writer, how much of his soul, heart he poured into this. There's one of them. Let me see. Do I have it? I don't have it as a fun fact. I don't believe, but this man took the time to study these movies, write
Yep.
personal biographies for every single character in these movies, research the runic history of Thorn, do all these simple things, come up with an elaborate story, come up with like all these intricate timelines and how everything intertwines and how he can connect movies 1 and 2 to 4 and 5. And this dude put in like he is a fan of the franchise. He is a fan of the
Mhm.
movies. And this movie was supposed to be for the fans. And it just got so fucked up. And I feel so
It,
bad for this guy, but
Well, also one of the things that pisses me off so much is first of all, like Michael as the father, I hate that so much. And then this movie tried to explain it how like he didn't actually like so it wouldn't be super creepy. So like he actually didn't put it in there himself. But then they asked, I forget if it was the director or producer, even like years later, they asked him like, bro, like what was up with that? And then he tried backtracking from it and saying like it was like a Rosemary's Baby kind of thing. Like it was supposed to just like represent evil. He wasn't supposed to be it. But dude, if people are even questioning it that much, you did a terrible job explaining it. It means you guys all failed horrendous. And I don't know, man. Pretty creepy and weird. I don't know why would you do that to Michael Myers. Like I absolutely hate that angle of this movie. Like dear
man,
God.
let's get back into fun facts. Most of the cast and crew disowned this movie on the Halloween 25 Years of Terror from 2006 DVD. They stated that the studio producers and director interfered and argued to the point of ridiculousness, which resulted in a very poorly directed and edited film. 100% agree. Dude, these
Ugh.
studios and all these people who sit behind a computer and punch numbers and tell you this, that, and the other thing, shut the fuck up and let the artist make the movie.
Yeah, complete mess. And I wrote, unfortunately, this was Donald Pleasance's last film. Rest in peace. Love the guy. He actually died as this film went into reshoots.
Yeah,
So
he was on vacation in Florida
yeah,
and was supposed to come back for reshoots when he
yeah,
passed away.
exactly. There was a few scenes like they had I believe in like your movie, they just have like you hear the scream and like I think there was supposed to be more, but they couldn't reshoot a few things. So
We
that's
do see that this was
unfortunate.
Paul Rudd's film debut. It was
Yep.
filmed before Clueless in 1995, which is technically his first big screen appearance.
Yep. I wrote that was my next fun fact. I wrote originally this movie was actually called Halloween 666, The Origin of Michael Myers.
There is so much wrong with this. As a result of Donald Pleasance's death,
It's just,
as well as creative differences between Joe Chappelle and the producer, they allegedly had bad test screenings of the original work, the famous producer's cut, like you watched. So they
yep.
did a ton of reshoots that were done, as well as a lot of editing. To the anger of most of the cast and crew, many vowed to never actually work on a Halloween movie again after all these changes. Talk about just putting a bad taste in everyone's mouth.
Oh my God, what a mess this is. And then I wrote, we got Deborah and John Strode, who obviously, I mean, probably sounds familiar to people because they were named after John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, respectfully.
Hell yeah. Did you see that Daniel Farrens actually suggested the film be called The Curse of Michael Myers due to the troubled production?
Oh my God, that absolutely makes
I'm glad
sense.
he could have fun with this and realize that studio interference and production was just fucking up everything that he worked so hard on.
Right? And yeah, the last thing I just wrote was just now that seeing both, I just wrote, I think I don't know. Like I said, I couldn't tell which one was better. The producer's cut, I think the ending was better, and it explained more of the backstory, but it explained more of like the thorn part, which I actually hate. So that was kind of weird. But Jamie lives longer, but she dies like a less cool death. And then the fact that it was just like you took away the gore, which is kind of weird. So that's my last thoughts of
I
this.
really wish that I'm going to go on a bit of a rant for a few
Go.
fun facts because the more and more I started reading, the more and more it
Yep.
pissed me off.
Right.
So Daniel
This me
Farren's
too.
original script was far more moody and psychological than the final draft. After reading the script, one of the executives at Dimensions Films could not sleep that night and therefore called Ferris and immediately told him that they wanted to go forward with it. Donald Pleasance himself actually supported the original script, immediately signed on, only to find out that the script was currently being rewritten. Ferris's original script featured a much grander and deeper conspiracy story that ultimately revealed much of the town of Haddonfield was actually
Oh
in on
shit.
the mystery of Michael Myers.
Damn.
He also wrote a third act for the character of Jamie that brought her face to face with the shape one last time for one final battle. We also see that Daniel Ferris has said his initial intent for Halloween 6 was to bridge the later films 4 and 5 in the series to the earlier films 1 and
Hmm.
2, while at the same time taking the story into a new territory so that the series could expand for future installments.
Mm.
Many of the cast and crew go on record to state that director Joe Chappelle told them from the told them from on set that he didn't even like the Halloween films and he was only
Yeah.
involved with this project because it got him a 3 picture deal with Miramax. His
Yeah.
following 2 films were both released with Miramax. Like, bro, just fuck off.
I was gonna say you're gonna piss me off even more.
Yeah. Daniel Ferris stated in an interview that Joe Chappelle used little to no ideas from his script. He had completely rewritten the entire third act, which included a completely confusing and different ending. Daniel's
Mm.
original script dealt more with the cult of Thorn and the rune of Thorn and had greater explanations in it. I feel like this dude, Daniel Ferris, would have made one hell of a fucking movie. Like I think the Cult of Thorn left such a bad taste in everyone's mouth
Right?
because of this dude Joe Chappelle. Because everything that I've read says that Daniel Farrens did like his fucking homework and made an elaborate story to go with this.
Right.
And really took the whole franchise into like a new way of existence in a new universe. And this dude Joe Chappelle was like, "Yeah, let's just make this a dog shit horror movie."
Yeah, let's just
And people
take
will
it all
gobble it up
away.
because he's wearing a white mask.
Asshole. It just completely ripped off the fans.
It's such a dog shit thing to do.
Yeah, that
Um,
sucks.
there's one fun fact that I will end this with that I really do like.
What do you got?
The room used in the sanitarium, which Kara is contained in and escapes from, the number of this room, Justin, is 237. Does that number
Okay.
sound familiar?
Not even a little bit.
It's the same number as the infamous room from The Shining in 1980.
Oh, I was trying to connect it to the Halloween movies. That's why I wasn't thinking. Gotcha. I was trying to think like connected to the OG Halloween. Okay, nice.
Hell yeah. But all right, hack stab slash. I don't know if you can tell, but your boy Hacky is losing his
Yeah, as to
voice.
say, you sound like I
So
did like a
Justin,
month
sign us
ago.
off.
All right. Stay tuned till, well, tomorrow, because, we're here every single day, dropping horror content every single day. So check us out on the podcast tomorrow. I'm just Justin. This guy over here.
Just Hacky. Have an asshole, folks.
Peace.
Later.